The history of fingerprints. How forensics revolutionized crime solving. Imagine trying to solve a crime without any modern technology. No DNA testing, no CCTV footage, not even reliable eyewitnesses. How could investigators ever prove the identity of a criminal? In the late 19th century, scientists discovered that the answer might literally be at their fingertips. Fingerprints would go on to become one of the most powerful and reliable tools in forensic science. This is the story of fingerprints in criminal investigations, and how they revolutionized the pursuit of justice worldwide. From ancient times, humans were fascinated by the unique patterns on their fingers. Civilizations such as the Babylonians pressed fingerprints into clay tablets, while the Chinese sometimes used fingerprints to seal contracts. These early uses were practical, yet no one connected them to crime solving. The idea that fingerprints could be used to identify criminals emerged much later, as science began to understand the uniqueness and permanence of these tiny patterns. The story of fingerprints in criminal investigations truly begins in the 19th century. In India, a British officer named Sir William Herschel began using fingerprints in 1858 on contracts to prevent forgery. He noticed that no two prints were alike and that a person's prints remained the same throughout their lifetime. This simple yet profound observation laid the groundwork for future forensic use. Around the same time, Henry Faulds, a Scottish doctor stationed in Japan, observed fingerprints on ancient pottery. He began experimenting, collecting prints from surfaces and suggesting that fingerprints could be used to identify criminals. Faulds published his findings and even reached out to Charles Darwin for advice, highlighting the scientific potential of fingerprint identification. Meanwhile, Sir Francis Galton, a British scientist and cousin of Charles Darwin, conducted meticulous studies of fingerprints in the 1880s and 1890s. Galton examined hundreds of prints and demonstrated scientifically that every fingerprint is unique and permanent. He categorized fingerprints into loops, whorls, and arches, and calculated the odds of two people having identical prints, proving that they were highly reliable for identification purposes. His work provided the foundation for classification systems used by law enforcement worldwide. The practical application of fingerprints in criminal investigations began with Juan Vucetich, an Argentine police officer. Vucetich developed the first systematic fingerprint filing system, allowing investigators to record and compare fingerprints for identification. His system proved that fingerprints could not only identify criminals but also prevent wrongful accusations, making them a revolutionary tool for law enforcement. In England, Edward Henry developed a classification system later adopted by Scotland Yard. The Henry classification system allowed police departments to catalog fingerprints efficiently, making it easier to search for and match prints across large populations. Both Vucetich and Henry played pivotal roles in transforming fingerprints from a scientific curiosity into a practical forensic tool. The first case where fingerprints were successfully used to solve a crime occurred in 1902 in Argentina. A woman named Francisca Rojas had murdered her two children but initially claimed that a stranger was responsible. Police investigator Juan Vucetich collected fingerprints from a bloody door at the crime scene. He compared the prints to Rojas herself, confirming her guilt. Faced with the undeniable evidence, Rojas confessed. This was the first known case where fingerprints directly led to a conviction in a court of law, forever changing criminal investigations. In 1905, England witnessed its first fingerprint conviction when Harry Jackson, a burglar, left a fingerprint at the scene of his crime. Scotland Yard investigators matched the print to Jackson, securing a conviction. This case helped popularize fingerprinting worldwide. In the United States, fingerprints were first used successfully in 1911, when Thomas Jennings was convicted in Chicago based on fingerprint evidence. This demonstrated that fingerprints were not only reliable but also superior to eyewitness testimony, which could often be flawed or manipulated. Fingerprints provided a scientific, objective method of linking a suspect to a crime scene. Early fingerprint investigations revealed their versatility. Investigators could identify repeat offenders, link suspects to multiple crime scenes, and exonerate the innocent. Police departments in India, the United Kingdom, Argentina, and later the United States adopted fingerprinting systems, creating national and regional fingerprint databases. Despite initial skepticism, fingerprinting rapidly became a cornerstone of criminal investigations. Challenges included contaminated or smudged prints, inconsistent collection techniques, and lack of standardization between police departments. Over time, these issues were resolved through careful training and improved methods of lifting and preserving prints. The development of classification systems by Vucetich and Henry made it possible to organize thousands of prints, allowing for efficient searches and comparisons. Investigators could now connect suspects to multiple crimes or identify repeat offenders. This advance also paved the way for criminal databases, which today operate digitally with millions of fingerprints at law enforcement fingertips. Beyond the landmark cases, fingerprints solved many smaller but notable crimes. In Scotland in 1910, a man attempting to steal silverware left fingerprints on a freshly painted railing. Investigators preserved the prints and matched them to him, resulting in his arrest. In India, early fingerprint files helped local police identify repeat offenders and reduce crime in urban areas. Throughout the 1910s and 1920s, numerous burglary, theft, and murder cases were solved solely through fingerprint evidence, cementing its reputation as a reliable forensic tool. As fingerprinting became standard, classification systems improved. Vucetich's system in Argentina and Henry's system in England allowed law enforcement to efficiently organize prints, compare them, and create centralized databases. The science behind fingerprints also expanded. Investigators began studying ridge characteristics, minutiae points, and pattern variations. The development of powdered fingerprint lifting, ink methods, and photographic documentation further enhanced the reliability of fingerprints as evidence. Today, fingerprints are integrated into digital databases using automated fingerprint identification systems, or AFIS. These systems can compare prints instantly against millions of records, making identification faster and more accurate. Fingerprints are often combined with DNA analysis, CCTV, and other forensic tools to solve complex crimes. Modern forensic science owes much to these early discoveries. Without pioneers like Vucetich, Faulds, Herschel, and Galton, investigators would not have the powerful tools available today. Every fingertip carries a unique pattern, a permanent identifier, and a silent witness to human activity. Fingerprints revolutionized criminology and law enforcement by providing objective, scientific evidence in court, reducing wrongful convictions, allowing identification of repeat offenders, and transforming investigative techniques worldwide. The introduction of fingerprints also influenced other forensic sciences. Techniques in handwriting analysis, DNA, and digital forensics all drew inspiration from the principle of uniqueness and permanence observed in fingerprints. Even today, over a century later, fingerprints remain a cornerstone of forensic science. From a bloody door in Argentina to high-tech digital databases, fingerprints turned the invisible into evidence, forever changing the way crimes are solved. From the earliest scientific studies to modern forensic laboratories, fingerprints have proven to be a reliable, unchanging, and unique key to solving crimes. Each fingertip carries the potential to unlock a mystery, ensuring that justice reaches even the most elusive.